right, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports on this Thursday. We're starting a half hour later than we normally do because I got detained at work. I knew I'd be about a half hour late at work today, so I planned it out. Where instead of starting at 8 o'clock Eastern, we start at 8:30 Eastern today. We'll still have a doubleheader here for you. And these are two big games, especially in the AFC Central. Last night, let me set the stage. Last night, Pittsburgh, who was 6-5 coming in, and one game up in first place in the AFC Central, lost in overtime to the Houston Texans. So now Pittsburgh drops to 6-6. Both the Bengals and the Colts are 5-6, a half game back now. And if the Bengals beat the Giants, and if the Colts beat the Browns in the game after this, then there'll be a three-way tie for first place in the AFC Central with 4 weeks to go. All three teams would be 6-6. So that's what would happen if both the Bengals and Giants win, or both the Bengals and Colts win. What Pittsburgh is hoping for is the Giants win and a Cleveland win. Let's take a look at the standings. Evil Dead is 85-62. He's now 23 games over 500. TMG 7-5. Grando, looking for his card here. Grando is 61-40, 21 games over 500. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're a couple of minutes early here, but we'll go ahead and get started. Let's head out to Cincinnati for this one. Giants-Bengals here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. It's the Giants and the Bengals. And welcome in to another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along on this Tuesday. Evil Dead's got the G-Men, who come in at 8-3 in first place in the NFC East. The Giants have to win to stay 2 games up on the Cowboys, who won in overtime on Thanksgiving against the Eagles. Bengals get the ball first. We're underway from Cincinnati. Turner from the 1-yard line out over the 20, 25, and Turner out to the 28-yard line. James Turner, the rookie out of Tennessee. So the Bengals will get the ball first, and their starting quarterback is Max Johnson, the rookie out of North Carolina. The Bengals, to put some perspective on this now, the Bengals started 0-4, okay, to start the season. They're 5-2 ever since that 0-4 start. And they've worked their way back into the AFC Central race. If they can upset the Giants here today, they'll pull into a tie with the Steelers atop the AFC Central. They'd both be 6-6. The Bengals have won this division 5 seasons in a row, and now they have a chance to do it for the 6th. Johnson under center, 1st and 10. Johnson fakes the handoff, throws downfield, wobbly pass. It's nearly picked off. Should have been by Darryl Price, the rookie out of Minnesota. Here's the Bengal offense. Up front, McKell, Yeri, Cousins, Simmons, and Blandon. And then it's Curtis, Rhodes, Granger, Austin, and Mosley. Because of our half-hour later start, instead of getting done around 11 o'clock Eastern, we'll get done about 11:30 Eastern. But that's okay. We're going to get 2 games in. 2nd and 10 for the Bengals now, 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun from their own 28. Johnson draws back. Johnson throws, caught by Boone. Out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 12. On the catch there, Jake Boone, the rookie receiver out of Miami. First down, Cincinnati. Nobody else has put any picks in, Evil Dead. I texted them, though. You're the only one that consistently picks, other than Misty, but she retires every other day. First and 10 for the Bengals from the 40-yard line. Cincinnati comes out in the eye. Johnson under center. Johnson hands off to Granger, and Eric Granger out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 yards. Let's take a look at the Giants' defense. They play a 3-4. Watts, Ayers, and Caldwell up front. Linebackers, Spencer, Sanders, Mixon, and Mills. And the secondary, Chapman, Tarver, Gibson, and Price. Giants coming off that loss to the 49ers last week. 49ers beat them handily. Grando's in the house. Rooting for the Bengals there, Grando? All right, I got Grando down for the Bengals. Evil Dead's got the Giants. On 2nd and 8. Johnson fakes. No, he hands off to Granger, and Granger gets a yard out to the 43, if that much. Easton Ayers on the tackle, number 97, in his 5th year out of Texas Tech. It'll bring up 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 43-yard line. So Grando has joined us from Tampa. Good to have you, Grando, as always. Yep, Grando doesn't live far from Misty's sister. She lives in Tampa. 5 wide, Johnson looking. On 3rd down, scrambling. That's Grando's favorite quarterback. Out to Granger. And Eric Granger down to the 37-yard line. That's going to be a 19-yard gain by Eric Granger, the 3rd-year back out of UCLA. Grando, there's your quarterback, Maximum Johnson. We were just talking about you, Grando, and then you show up. There he is, Maximum Johnson. He's your favorite. The rookie out of North Carolina. I bet you have his Topps football card already. 1st and 10, Bengals from the Giant 37-yard line. Johnson draws back. Johnson throws. Caught by Carter. No, incomplete. And that was broken up by Nolan Mixon. Actually, it was Julius Sanders, the linebacker on the hit there, in his 8th year out of Connecticut. Autograph 2. All right. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. 4 wide for the Bengals. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson hands off to Renshaw. And Renshaw only gets a yard. That's Jared Renshaw, the rookie out of Florida State. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. Devin Orlandra on the tackle, the 2nd-year defensive tackle out of Florida. So a big 3rd down for Cincinnati here. 3rd and 8 from the Giant 36. Opening drive of the ball game. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson draws back. Johnson throws outside, incomplete. He was out of bounds. Randall Joyce on the coverage in his 5th year out of Wyoming. Nick Austin actually caught it, but he was out of bounds. It'll be 4th down for Cincinnati. This will be a long field goal attempt. This will be a 53-yard attempt. As Luke Jones comes out from 53. Snap, kick is up, and that's not going to get there. No good. Bengals come up empty on their opening drive. 5:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Live from Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Baby leg, Grando says. Yeah, that's his nickname, Baby leg. And now the Giants will take over, led by their starting quarterback, William Rogers. Giants will start at their own 43. Rogers in his 7th year out of South Carolina. Giants come out. Rogers on the shotgun. Everybody in tight. Rogers back to throw. Down the middle, caught by Keith Washington, the tight end, out to the 50-yard line. A gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the G-Men. Keith Washington, the 4th-year tight end out of Michigan. If the Giants win, they'll stay 2 games up on Dallas. If the Giants lose, they fall to just 1 game over the Cowboys. Cowboys beat the Eagles in overtime earlier this week. On 2nd and 3, Rogers to Eric Johnson, and Johnson a big gain. Making a move. Nice move. He's gone. Touchdown. Eric Johnson, the 7th-year back out of Duke, a 50-yard run for the touchdown. Well, he made a nice move. He faked somebody out downfield. Flying by was number 24, Taz Holmes, the rookie out of Nebraska. It's like, welcome to the NFL, rookie. Watch this right here. Whoop! It was actually number 34, Trayon Taylor, the 5th-year safety out of Connecticut. Faked him out of his boots. And now Zach Whitney for the extra point. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. And the Giants lead it 7-0. 4:33 left to play. Yeah, imagine the Johnson to Johnson connection. Yep. Some good news for Bengal fans this week. It was a couple of days ago. It was announced that Hamilton County, Ohio, came to an agreement with the Bengals on the money to refurbish Paycor Stadium, and that will keep the Bengals in town. The Bengals' lease was up after this season. They could move if they wanted to, but they came to an agreement. I think it's like $160 million they're going to put into the stadium. There's the kickoff. From the goal line, Turner over the 10, 15, 20. And Turner brings it out to the 26-yard line. The rookie out of Tennessee. So the Giants score a touchdown on their opening drive. They take a 7-0 lead. This will be the Bengals' second possession of the game. They missed a field goal on their first possession. Bengals trying to catch the Steelers for first place in the AFC Central if they can win today. Grando's favorite quarterback of all time, Maximum Johnson, the rookie out of North Carolina. Johnson under center on 1st and 10. Johnson hands off to Granger, and Eric Granger breaking tackles, and he gets out to the 35. A gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. The 3rd-year back out of UCLA, Eric Granger. Coming up to make the tackle, a herd of Giants there. There was a bunch. Believe it or not, you know how it's a herd of cattle, a murder of crows? Do you know what it is for Giants? A bunch of Giants? 2nd and 1 from the 35-yard line. Johnson hands off to Granger, gets the first down. A 2-yard gain out to the 37-yard line. Eric Granger on the carry. First down, Cincinnati. Julius Sanders, there you go. A gathering of Giants. You knew it. Crows are my favorite. A murder of crows. That's just so cool. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. 3 wide to the far side. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson to Granger. And Granger out to the 45. A gain of 8 yards. Will bring up 2nd and 2. On the tackle, number 92, Preston Caldwell. The 5th-year defensive end out of Washington. I've always wondered why there wasn't a rock band ever named A Murder of Crows. I mean, that'd be a great rock band name. 2nd and 2 for the Bengals. 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun. They're at their own 45-yard line. Johnson draws back. Rolls out, in trouble, throws outside. Caught by Isaac Curtis. Out to the 48-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 7 and a Bengal first down. Yep, a flock of seagulls. I ran so far away. What vinyl was that, Grando? I'm just amazed that vinyl still sells, to be honest with you. But people do still have record players and stuff. Oh, Huey Lewis? Yeah, they had great albums. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Johnson draws back. Johnson looking. Throws, caught by Austin. And Nick Austin down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 14. First down, Bengals. Nick Austin, the 10th-year tight end out of Texas. I always liked Huey Lewis and the News. They had some good songs back in the 80s. Bengals on the move. Giants up 7-0. 2:29. I think we're in an injury timeout. Yeah, American Psycho. Please stop, Evil Dead says. 1st and 10. What, you don't like Huey Lewis? 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Bengals come out at the Giant 34-yard line. Johnson under center. Johnson fakes the handoff. Throws downfield. Caught by Boone. Down to the 16. A gain of 18 yards. Jake Boone, the rookie wide receiver out of Miami. Making the tackle for the Giants, number 28, Darrell Price, the rookie out of Minnesota. I tell you what, if the Bengals make the playoffs after starting 0-4, that's going to be quite an accomplishment. Down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the Giants' 16-yard line. Johnson under center. Johnson drops back, throws, and it's incomplete. Looking for Nick Austin. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. And that'll stop the clock with 1:56 left in the first quarter. Oh, come on now, Evil Dead. Huey Lewis. Power of Love. Back in time. 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. Johnson looking. Johnson gets sacked back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 7 on the sack there. Number 50, Gerald Mills, the 2nd-year linebacker out of Baylor. And that'll bring up 3rd and 17 back at the 23-yard line. Now, granted, Huey Lewis and the News, not my favorite band of all time, but they're okay. I like them. I don't dislike them. Let's put it that way. It'll be 3rd and long for Cincinnati now. At the Giant 23-yard line. They got to get down to the 6-yard line to get a first down. Oh, is there a Murder of Crows? It's too good a name not to use. 4 wide on 3rd down. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson draws back. Johnson throws outside. Caught by Mosley. And Kedrick Mosley down to the 8. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. He's going to be shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2. And the Bengals are going to have to settle for 3 unless they want to go for it here. Let's see what Cincinnati chooses to do. Luke Jones, he'll come out. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt to get the Bengals on the board. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Excuse me. Giants lead it 7-3. 51 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. The 8-3 Giants, the 5-6 Bengals. The first game of a doubleheader tonight. We've got the Browns and the Indianapolis Colts after this. We'll be at Lucas Oil Stadium for that one. Both these games are big in the AFC Central tonight. This one also big in the NFC East. Jones will kick off. About 3 yards deep, Patrick Collins brings it out over the 20. And Collins out to the 25-yard line. The 12th-year receiver out of Georgia. Patrick Collins actually played his first season with the Bengals and was promptly traded after his first year. He's now in his 11th year with the Giants. 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Giants will take over at their own 25, up 7-3. Not a bad day weather-wise here in Cincinnati. It's about 51 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Rodgers in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Rodgers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson picks up 2 to the 43-yard line. On the tackle, number 53, Logan Harris, the second-year linebacker out of Tennessee Tech. Avoid the Skyline chili. I love chili, but it gives me heartburn these days. I hate that. 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line. Rodgers to Eric Johnson. And Johnson drives forward out to the 29. A gain of 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. As the first quarter is winding down. And at the end of one, Giants lead at 7-3 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Giants lead the Bengals 7-3. Giants trying to remain 2 games up on the Cowboys in the NFC East. And the Bengals trying to tie the Steelers for first place in the AFC Central. It's a big game for both teams. 3rd and 6 for the Giants at their own 29. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers drops back. It's a blitz. Gets it outside to Eric Johnson. And Johnson only gets out to the 30. Nice tackle by Cedric Jordan, the 9th-year defensive tackle out of Winston-Salem. The Giants are shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 5 at the 30-yard line. And the Giants will have to punt. Tanner Pearson will come on, the 4th-year punter out of SMU. And now Pearson back to punt. Pearson gets the punt away. From the 20-yard line, James Turner brings it out to the 25. And that's where the Bengals will have it 1st and 10. Giants up 7-3. Giants lost to the 49ers last week. It was the Sunday night game, 26-13. And the big reason they lost was because their defense did not come up with anything big. Usually every game, the Giants defense comes up with huge plays, and that was sorely lacking against the 49ers the other night. But the Giants lead it here 7-3 in the second quarter. 7.5 minutes left in the half. The Bengals have it 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 4 wide. Johnson under center.
Let's go.
And the Giants jumped at the top of the screen there. Number 53, Walter Spencer.
Encroachment defense.
In his 9th year out of Oregon, the former 49er. He spent 7 years with San Francisco, now in his 2nd year with the Giants. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Bengals now at their own 30. We have the Browns and the Colts after this. Yeah, chili gives me heartburn. Pizza does too. I had to turn down pizza the other night because I knew it would give me heartburn. 1st and 5 from the 30-yard line. 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson fakes the handoff. Throws deep downfield. He's got a man open. Will Boone. He's going to score. Touchdown. Bengals. Actually, it's Jake Boone, the rookie out of Miami. He goes 70 yards for the Bengal touchdown. I was thinking of the player for the Rams. Jake Boone, touchdown. Grando. Your Bengals, they take the lead, 9-7. I tell you what, he barely caught that. At full extension, kept his balance, and he was gone. The former Miami Hurricane. And now Luke Jones for the extra point to put the Bengals up by 3. The kick is up, and it's good. And the Bengals lead it 10-7 with 7:21 left to play here in the first half. Let's see who they play next week. I'd like to find out who they play in week 13. The Giants will host the Colts, and the Bengals will be at Houston. And after watching the Texans yesterday upsetting the Steelers, Houston might not be the pushover we thought they were. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. Houston's still 3-9, and they're eliminated from the playoffs already. But they played one heck of a game against the Steelers last night. Beat the Steelers in overtime. 34-31 if you missed it. There's the kick from the 1-yard line. Patrick Collins over the 15, 20, 25. Collins nearly broke it out to the 33. And that's where the Giants will take over, down 10-7. 7:16 left here in the first half. William Rogers comes back out. Tomorrow night, it's pretty much going to be like tonight. We'll probably start at 8:30 Eastern again. But we'll get a doubleheader in. Now, Saturday I'll be on, but it's going to be about 6 o'clock Eastern time. I have some activities I need to go to during the day. I'll explain here in a minute. 1st and 10 from the 33 in the offset eye. Rogers fakes the handoff. Rogers looking. He's got all day. Boy, he's got time. Throws deep. Coming back for it, Patrick Collins out to the 31-yard line. 36 yards to Patrick Collins down to the Bengal 31-yard line. Saturday morning, we have the annual Jordan Hackett run. It's a big deal here in this community. It's over at the recreation area over at the dam. It's a 5K run and walk. I'm emceeing that Saturday morning. And then Saturday afternoon, I'll explain after this. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Rogers in the shotgun.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
Rogers drops back. Rogers looking. Throws near side. Caught by Eric Johnson. Inside the 20. Johnson all the way down to the 6-yard line. A 25-yard catch and run by Eric Johnson, the 7th-year back out of Duke. 1st and goal Giants. Saturday, late morning, early afternoon, it's the annual Tennessee Maneuvers. It's a World War II thing. Reenactment, World War II, kind of a living museum. It goes from community to community. And it's passing through our community this Saturday. They have all the World War II vehicles and the uniforms and the soldiers cosplaying and all that. I mean, it's awesome. Last year it was awesome. They had a tank. They had a flyover. They do a really good job, and I'm involved in that as well. 1st and goal from the 6. Rogers looking. Rogers throws. Caught by Whitney. Touchdown. Giants. On the catch, T.J. Whitney, the rookie tight end out of Montana. And just like that, the Giants quickly retake the lead. Evil Dead likes that. And now Zach Whitney, no relation, will kick the extra point, the 9th-year kicker out of Louisiana Tech. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. And the Giants are back on top, 14-10, with 6:02 left to play here in the first half. Live from Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio, Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Last year during the Tennessee maneuvers, they actually had guys dressed up as Nazi SS. They were cool uniforms, I have to admit. Looked straight out of Hollywood. It was awesome look. And of course they have a lot of the National Guard like to take part, and they dress up in the World War II era uniforms, which look sharp. The officers' uniforms back then were sharp. I wish they'd go back to them. Zach Whitney will kick off. From the 1-yard line, Turner over the 20, 25, and James Turner out to the 29-yard line. Yeah, there was a group of about 6 that were dressed up as Nazi SS soldiers. Max Johnson comes back out. No, there was no Hitler there. One of the exhibits last year I thought was really cool. It was under glass, though, but because it has to be. They had a lot of the old newspapers from back in the day, from Pearl Harbor and all that. It was really cool. 1st and 10 from the 29. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson fakes the handoff. Johnson rolls out. And Johnson squares up and throws. Caught by Boone. And Jake Boone all the way down to the 42-yard line. 29 yards to Jake Boone. They look cool, though. They look like something out of Hollywood. Of course, I don't agree with the Nazis. I'm just saying it was a cool look. When you watch the old World War II movies or movies that have Nazis in them, you have to admit their uniforms are kind of sharp. They're bad people, but their uniforms are sharp. 1st and 10, Johnson throws deep. Caught by Isaac Curtis down to the 27-yard line, a gain of 15. And that'll be a Bengal first down. Oh, no, nobody was upset. It was all part of the act. They even had soldiers dressed up as Japanese soldiers. It's all part of the World War II thing. Is to give people a look at what they look like, in person. They weren't like putting out propaganda or anything like that. I'm just saying. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at the Giant 27-yard line. Johnson fakes the handoff. Johnson throws. Caught by Mosley. Out to the 11-yard line. A gain of 16. And that'll be a Bengal first down. Well, look. Here's what I would say to anybody who got offended by that. It's like, if we don't learn history, we're going to repeat it. Okay? And to see something like that in person, I mean, that just reinforces, the history. They're not making a statement. They're just portraying history. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson hands off to Granger to the 10-yard line. A gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. See, that's the problem with the left these days. Oh, that hurts my feelings. Good. That's what I say, good. So let's hope this never happens again. We can't just put our heads in the sand with the things that we don't like. 2nd and 9 from the 10-yard line. Johnson back, throws, caught by Granger, escapes, and Granger all the way down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 8. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. Now, if these people were doing Nazi propaganda and talking smack and stuff, I would have a problem with that, yes. But they were just walking around. Living history is what it was. 3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line. Bengals trying to retake the lead in the offset eye. Johnson hands off to Rose. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 2-yard touchdown run by Marcus Rose, the 4th year back out of the University of Washington. And the Bengals retake the lead. These people. Misty's checking her blood sugar. Her blood sugar is 105, which is a little, it's still in the normal range, but it's on the high side. Luke Jones for the extra point. She's Nurse Misty now. Kick is up, and it's good. And the Bengals lead at 17-14. 3:24. No, Misty. 3:24 left to play in the first half. Bengals lead at 17-14 over the Giants. Misty has checked her blood sugar now. She's like Katy Perry. Katy Perry went to space, so now she's an astronaut. So Misty checked her blood sugar. She's now a brain surgeon. Her blood sugar is 105. That's still in the normal range, but it's a little bit on the high end. She's just got to be careful. And now the kickoff by Luke Jones. From the 1-yard line, Collins over the 15-20, and Patrick Collins brings it out to the 25-yard line. First down, Giants. Boy, this game has just gotten back and forth. And now the Bengals with the lead, 17-14, with 3:20 left in the half. You really don't want to get your your blood sugar over 120. So that's, yeah. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rogers under center. Rogers hands off to Eric Johnson up the middle, and Johnson 3 yards out to the 28. Cedric Jordan on the tackle for the Bengals. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. The first half of our doubleheader tonight on this Thursday. We'll have the Browns and the Colts after this. 4 wide for the Giants. Rogers in the shotgun. 2nd and 7. Rogers, a draw play to Eric Johnson, and he gets the first down out to the 37, a gain of 9. Yeah, I saw that. I hope he's all right. I haven't heard any more about him. Did you see how the Mets, he's in critical condition? I saw the highlight. It looks pretty bad. Did you see where the Mets got robbed during a, air quote, triple play against the Nats the other night? It was not a triple play. The ball bounced. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Rogers back to throw. Rogers looking. Throws. Incomplete. What really bothered me about that Mets Nationals triple play was that the umpires wouldn't even discuss it. And what's the use of having replay if something like that's not reviewable? 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Oh yeah, that was a great catch. On 2nd and 10, Rogers to Eric Johnson. And Johnson back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Cedric Jordan on the tackle there for the Bengals. That was a spectacular catch. I usually catch all the sports highlights in the morning from the previous night. But the Mets absolutely got robbed. We're at the 2-minute warning. Bengals up 17-14 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. 2 minutes left in the first half. Bengals lead the Giants 17-14. This one's gone back and forth. Bengals up by 3. The Giants have it 3rd and 10 at their own 37-yard line. So a big third down for the G-men. Giants at 8-3. They have the second best record in the NFC. They're a game behind the Seahawks. On third down, Rodgers back. Rodgers looking, and he gets hit and fumbles. And, the Bengal tried to snatch and run, and he dropped the ball, and the Giants recovered it. It's still going to be a loss of 16. That could have been a scoop 6. Who whiffed on that? That was Jay Charles, the linebacker. It'll be 4th and 26. The Giants got to punt anyway. Making the sack, number 28 for the Bengals. And I think it was 29, Henry Jackson. I don't have a 28. It'll be 4th and 26 from the 21-yard line. Back to punt. Tanner Pearson gets the punt away. And it's fielded at the 30. Brings it back to the 33-yard line. James Turner on the return. Maximum Johnson comes back out. The rookie out of North Carolina. Some highlights. That was the 70-yard touchdown bomb to Jake Boone. And that's a catch there by Boone again. I guess we're showing Jake Boone highlights. There's the touchdown again. Maximum ball bag. His name is Max, but Grando calls him Maximum. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 33. 1:46 left here in the first half. And now the Bengals come out. Johnson under center. Johnson drops back. Johnson throws, and he missed his receiver. Led him a bit too much. Looking for Nick Petty, the second-year tight end out of Michigan State. It'll be 2nd and 10. Been a good first half. It's gone back and forth. Bengals lead at 17-14. 1:43 left. Bengals trying to score again before halftime. 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Johnson back. Johnson throws, and it's nearly intercepted. Should have been by Nolan Mixon, the second-year linebacker out of Oregon State. That was like you fighting G. Julius Sanders tried to dive at it also. They both end up missing. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Bengals at their own 33. 1:40 left in the half. Now the Bengals come out. 3 receivers to the far side. Johnson in the shotgun.
Let's go.
Johnson, a draw play to Granger. That goes nowhere. Julius Sanders blew him up. Loss of a yard. Boy, Sanders just blew right in there. It'll be 4th and 11. The Bengals go 3 and out. They'll have to punt. Giants take a timeout to conserve time. They'll get the ball back with 2 timeouts and a chance to score before halftime. Live from Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Back to punt. Jordan Finch gets the punt away. It'll be fielded at the 25 by Collins. And Patrick Collins brings it out to the 31-yard line. So the Giants, with 1:28 left in the half, they have 2 timeouts. They'll start at their own 31. Down by 3, 17-14. William Rogers comes back out to lead the offense. Thank you there, Evil Dead. Appreciate that. Those guys annoy me. On 1st and 10 from the 31. 4 wide for the Giants. Rogers in the shotgun. Rando's back. Rogers looking. Throws. Caught by Weavers coming across. Chris Weavers out to the 39. Oh, you took care of it? All right, thank you, Grando. I'm sorry. A gain of 8. Giants in the hurry up, 2nd and 2. Rogers back. Throws, caught by Eric Johnson. Out to the 48, a gain of 9. That'll be a Giant first down. They stay in the hurry up as we're coming up on a minute left. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Rogers throws downfield, caught by the tight end. Washington down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 18 yards. It'll be a Giant first down. They take a timeout. They have one left with 55 seconds left here in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bengal 34-yard line. Tell you what, Week 12 has had some exciting games. All 3 Thanksgiving games were close. The Raven-Dolphin game was kind of boring, but the Steeler-Texan game was close and exciting. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Rogers back. Rogers throws down the middle to Vickers, and Lawrence Vickers down to the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 18 yards. The 3rd-year receiver out of VMI. First down, G-Man. Clock is running. They're holding on to the timeout. Dolphins beat the Ravens. That was yesterday. 17-9. It was a boring game. It was kind of a sloppy game, too. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Throws underneath. Caught by Norton. Jace Norton picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 11-yard line. Actually, Sam Norton in his 3rd year out of Ohio State. Rogers looking. On 2nd and 5, a flag is down, and so is Rogers back at about the 17-yard line. On the sack, Gerald Green.
Holding offense.
Holding on the Giants. Do they take the sack, or do they take the penalty? It looks like they're going to take the sack. It'll be 3rd and 11. With 9 seconds left. Back at the 17-yard line. If they took the sack, the clock should be running. 3rd and 11. Rogers in the shotgun. 9 seconds until halftime. Rogers looking. Throws underneath to Eric Johnson. And a flag is down as he goes to the goal line. They're going to get the Bengals for a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Half the distance to the goal. That's going to put it at the half-yard line on Logan Harris, the linebacker. 1st and goal from the 1. Oh boy, decision time for the Giants. Do you try to punch it in, or do you just get the easy field goal and tie the game up? You're tempted to go here. The smart move is to get the points. Let's see what they choose to do. You're just so tempted to go. They're going to get the points. 18-yard field goal by Zach Whitney. And I can't fault them for this. The kick is up. And it's good. We're tied at 17. 1 second left here in the first half. I mean, I understand. I mean, you want the points. You don't want to come up empty. So take the points, tie the game up with 1 second left in the half. However, that being said, I would be very tempted to go for it. And to be honest with you, I probably would go for it. But I'm not going to fault them. They got their points. And now Whitney will kick off. With 1 second left on the clock. Turner thought about it and now brings it out over the 20. And Turner out to the 25. We go to halftime. Giants 17, Bengals 17 here at Jammin' Sports. welcome back to Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. We get set for the second half. We're tied at 17. Just a dynamite first half, going back and forth. And the Giants and Bengals tied at 17. A big game for both teams, especially Cincinnati. They can tie the Steelers for first if they win. There's the kickoff. It'll be fielded by Gibson. And Greg Gibson will just take a knee. Touchback. Giants will have it at their own 25-yard line. The Giants trying to stay 2 games up on the Cowboys in the NFC East. First and 10 for the G-Men. Cowboys have been playing well as of late. They beat the Packers a couple of weeks ago. Beat the Eagles the other night. They're on a roll. Giants got to watch out for them. First and 10. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson makes a move and gets out to the 30-yard line. A gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5. Coming up on the tackle, number 21, Mario Smith. 9th-year safety out of Wisconsin. On 2nd and 5. Giants come out 4 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun. Giants trying to get a twofer here. Rodgers looking. Throws. Caught by Washington. Out to the 36. A gain of 6. And that'll be a first down. The 4th-year tight end out of Michigan, Keith Washington. First down, Giants. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. Grando's here tonight. Misty's here. We started a half hour later than normal tonight. Couldn't be helped. We'll still get a double hitter in. First and 10 from the 36. 5 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers back. Throws. Caught by Washington across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 16. And a Giant first down. I tell you what, Keith Washington has become a very good tight end. He seems to be Rodgers' go-to guy. A good tight end is the quarterback's best friend. No innuendo there. First and 10 from the 48-yard line. 5 wide for the Giants. Rodgers in the shotgun, empty backfield. Rodgers looking. Throws. Caught by Weavers. And Chris Reavers down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 14. The 6th-year receiver out of Florida. The former Bear. Spent 4 years with Chicago. Now in his 2nd year with the Giants. On the tackle, Kevin Wilson. The 6th-year linebacker out of Maryland. And that'll be another Giant first down. Nice drive to start the 3rd quarter for the Giants here. First and 10 at the Bengal 34-yard line. 4 wide for New York. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers back. Looking, throws, dumps it off to Weavers. He can't hold on. Incomplete. And that was broken up by Wilson, I believe. Kevin Wilson, the linebacker. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Giants at the Bengal 34. Three wide for the Giants. Rodgers in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Rodgers hands off to Eric Johnson again. And Johnson picks up 4 to the 30-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. On the tackle that time, Logan Harris, the 2nd-year linebacker out of Texas Tech. Big 3rd down for the Giants here at the Bengal 30, 3rd and 6 in a tie ball game. It'd be a 47-yard field goal from here. Giants come out. Four receivers set wide. Rogers in the shotgun.
319.
Rogers drops back. Throws near side. Caught by Vickers. Out of bounds at the 22. A gain of 8. And that'll be another Giant first down. Lawrence Vickers in his third year out of VMI. Got the first down. Made sure both feet were in. Got the knee in too. And the elbow. 5:52 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Giants at the Bengal 22-yard line. We're tied at 17. Giants come out 4 wide. Rogers in the shotgun.
Here we go now.
Rogers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Henry Jackson came up and made the tackle. The third-year defensive back out of Texas. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. Giants come out 4 wide. Rogers in the shotgun.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Rogers drops back, steps up. He's got all sorts of time, just a 3-man rush. Washington stepped out of bounds, making his cut. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. And that'll stop the clock with 5:08 left here in the third quarter. So another big third down for the Giants right here. 3rd and 10 from the Bengal 22-yard line. 4 wide for New York. Rogers in the shotgun.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Rogers back. Steps up, throws. Caught by Collins. Collins stepped backward. He lost the first down after picking it up. A gain of 9. It'd be 4th and 1. He had the first down and then he ran backwards. It'd be different if he got tackled backwards, but he ran backwards on his own. He had the first down and lost it. So Zach Whitney will come on. This will be from 29 yards to give the Giants the lead. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Giants lead at 20-17. 4:25 left to play. Here in the third quarter. Live from Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Week number 12 here at Jammin' Sports. So the Giants do get a twofer. They get a field goal right before half and a field goal after half to take a 20-17 lead. And now the Bengals will get it for the first time here in the second half, down by 3. Zach Whitney will kick off for New York. Fielded at the 2 by Tyler. Corey Tyler on the return out over the 25, out to the 28-yard line. The 5th-year receiver out of Florida, Corey Tyler. Here's some highlights. Jake Boone, a big catch. And I believe that's the touchdown to Boone, the 70-yard touchdown. That was back in the second quarter. And now the Bengals will have it 1st and 10 from their own 28, down 20-17. It'd be something if the Bengals come back and win the division for the 6th straight year after starting 0-4, if they can do so. 1st and 10 from the 28. Johnson under center. Johnson back. Johnson throws near side, caught by Granger, turns upfield. Eric Granger out to the 43, a gain of 15. First down, Cincinnati. Sam Tarver came up and made the tackle, the 8th-year safety out of Arkansas. But it's a first down for Cincinnati. Bengals trying to retake the lead on this drive. This is like the Broncos-Ravens game the other night. That had 8 lead changes. We're up to 5 in this one so far. Johnson back. Johnson throws. Caught by Kedrick Mosley out to the 43. That'll be a gain of 14. And a Cincinnati first down into Giant territory. Kedrick Mosley in his 9th year out of Eastern Washington. Chris Chapman on the tackle for the Giants. Chapman in his 8th year at Virginia Tech. Three and a half minutes left in the third quarter. Bengals on the move. They come out 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson draws back. Johnson looking. Throws deep. Caught by Curtis at the 34. A gain of 9 to Isaac Curtis in his 8th year out of Washington. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the Giant 34-yard line as we're coming up on 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Been a dynamite game so far. Giants up 20-17. 2 backs in the backfield. Johnson in the shotgun. Hands off to Granger. And Granger gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Gerald Mills, the linebacker, is right there for the tackle. Will bring up 3rd and 1 from the 34-yard line. Big third down for the Bengals. On third down, single back. Johnson under center. Johnson to Granger, picks up the first down. Out to the 29, a gain of 5. First down, Cincinnati. I'm just curious as to the final 4 games of the Bengals after this week. We know they play at Houston next week. Then they're at Dallas. That'd be a tough game. They host Buffalo. Oh boy. And then they're at Philadelphia. 1st and 10. Granger gets outside. And Granger all the way down to the 21-yard line. That's not an easy remaining schedule for the Bengals. A gain of 9 to be 2nd and 1. Greg Gibson comes up and makes the tackle. It's back-to-back games in Texas coming up for the Texans and the Cowboys in back-to-back weeks. 2nd and 1 from the 21 for Cincinnati. Johnson in the shotgun, 4 wide. Johnson back. Johnson rolls out, throws, and he totally overthrew who he was looking for. He was looking for Jared Renshaw out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Giant 21-yard line. On third down, 4 wide. Johnson under center. Johnson, play action. Johnson rolls out, and Johnson just throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. He had a Giant in his face. He had to get rid of it. So with 1:20 left in the third, the Bengals will try a field goal. It'll be a 38-yard attempt by Luke Jones to tie the game up. Jones in his 11th year out of Miami. Kick is up, and the kick is good. We're tied at 20 with 1:16 remaining here in the third quarter. Live from Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Bengals are looking a lot better now than they did at the beginning of the season. They were just pathetic at the beginning of the season, starting 0-4. And to be honest with you, I think we all gave up on the Bengals when they were 0-4, but they battled back to 5-6. They can even their record today with a win. The Tigress won? Okay. I figured they would. They're going to roll through the postseason. I'm not worried about that. Luke Jones will kick off. A yard deep, Gibson over the 10, 15, 20. Greg Gibson makes his way out to the 30-yard line. And that's where the Giants will take over with 1:11 left. Here in the third quarter, it'll be 1st and 10. Let's take a look at the Giants' last 4 games. I'm curious about those. as well. Giants host Indianapolis next week. And then they host the Redskins. And then they're at Philadelphia. And then the Giants will finish the season at home to the Vikings. They get 3 of their last 4 at home. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Rodgers under center.
All right, here we go.
Rodgers drops back, steps up, throws, and he overthrew Keith Washington. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, the Giants have already played the Cowboys twice this season. The Giants won both meetings, so the Cowboys would have to finish a game up on the Giants to win the division. On 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line in the I formation, Rodgers under center. Rodgers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Maybe a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Kevin Wilson, the linebacker, on the tackle. Down to 50 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Giants come out, 3 receivers to the near side. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers fakes the handoff, looks downfield, throws deep. Caught by Weavers. And Chris Weavers to the Bengal 47-yard line. A gain of 23 and a Giant first down. Giants are now in Bengal territory. Actually, I think the Giants and the Cowboys split, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go look. Just to make sure. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the Bengal 47-yard line. Rodgers under center. Rodgers to Eric Johnson. And Johnson down to the 44-yard line. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 20 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. We go to the 4th quarter. Giants-Bengals tied at 20. Giants on the move. Still looking for the 2 Giant Cowboy games. Well, actually, Dallas won in week 4, 27-25. Looking for the other game. I'll find it. 2nd and 6. Rodgers in the shotgun, 4 wide. Rodgers back. Throws downfield. Oh, he had a man wide open. And he missed him. Who was that man? It was number 89, Patrick Collins. And the Giants won in week 8, 21-7. So, yeah, they split. 3rd and 6 from the 44-yard line. 5 wide for the Giants. Rodgers back. Rodgers throws. Caught by Vickers. Down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 15. And that'll be a Giant first down. They keep their drive alive. As we're tied at 20 with 7:41 and counting. The Bengals have come to play today. The Giants have the 2nd best record in the NFC. The Seahawks come into this week at 9-2. They have the best record in the NFC. Giants 1 game back. The Jets had the best record in the league period, though, at 10-1. 1st and 10 from the 29. Rodgers looking. Rodgers throws. Caught by Washington. All the way down to the 13. A gain of 16 yards. Another Giant first down. 6 catches. It seems like he's got like double that. Just been calling his name a lot. Keith Washington. Giants trying to retake the lead. $7-10 and counting. We're in the 4th quarter. We're tied at 20. First and 10 for the Giants at the Bengal 13-yard line. We have the Browns and the Colts after this. Rogers under center. Davis in the house. Hands off to Duncan. And Duncan to the 12, a gain of a yard. James Duncan, the rookie out of Ole Miss. So Sports Davis is here with us on this Thursday night. We had one last night. That was an awesome game last night. 2nd and 9 from the 12-yard line. Giants come out in the eye. Rogers under center. Rogers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 8. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. As Eric Johnson's closing in on 100 yards on the day. The Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts are up next. The Texans got lucky. Well, luck benefits the prepared. They played a great game last night, the Texans did. They played beyond themselves last night. 3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line. Rogers back. Rogers throws. Caught by Washington. Touchdown. Who else? Keith Washington. A 4-yard touchdown catch. And the Giants retake the lead. 26-20 with 5:56 left. This one's gone back and forth, much like that Pittsburgh-Houston game yesterday. Like I said, he's turning into quite the tight end. How's Davis been today? How are things out there in Arizona? Is it hot yet? We're in May. It should be hot by now. Zach Whitney will come on for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. Giants lead at 27-20. There's still a lot of time left. 5:56 on the clock. Plenty of time for the Bengals to march back down the field. Yep. Davis says yes. It's hot in Arizona in December. What are we talking about? I once spent a Christmas holiday in Tucson years ago, and it was warm, at least during the daytime. At night in the desert, it gets cold though. All the heat escapes. I'm sorry, Tucson. It's the middle of the desert. It's a nice town though. It's beautiful, but the weather is extreme. Whitney will kick off. Flagstaff is nicer. It's up in the mountains. From the goal line, Turner over the 15, 20. James Turner nearly broke it all the way out to the 35. Randall Joyce finally makes the tackle, saving the touchdown. And the Bengals now down by 7 with 5:52 left. Will get it at their own 35-yard line. Bengals have plenty of time. Let's see if they can march down the field and tie this one up. Overtime not out of the question, like Davis said a moment ago. It's a Thursday night crowd. You never know what you're going to get on Thursday. Not the best night on Twitch, but oh well. 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson drops back. Throws downfield. Caught by Curtis. Out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 19 by Isaac Curtis. And they're in Giant territory. First down, Cincinnati. Nolan Mixon on the tackle, the linebacker. But now Cincinnati's on the move, trying to tie this one up. Tell you what, if the Bengals do somehow make the playoffs, I wouldn't want to play them. First and 10 from the 46, 4 wide. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson drops back, throws, caught by Mosley, down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 14 by Kedrick Mosley. And that'll be a Cincinnati first down. The Bengal drive stays alive. They keep moving down the field. Mosley in his 9th year out of Eastern Washington. All 9 years with the Bengals. as we're coming up on 5 minutes left to play. Bengals come out 4 wide. Johnson under center. Johnson drops back, throws outside, caught by Boone. And Jake Boone down to the 24. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Coming up to make the tackle, Scott Daniel, the rookie safety out of Minnesota. Actually, that was number 28, Darryl Price. I misread the number. 2nd and 2 from the 24-yard line. 4:35 and counting. Johnson under center. Johnson fakes the handoff. Johnson rolls out. And Johnson throws. Caught by Chapman. Intercepted coming out the other way. Chris Chapman picks it off in the end zone and brings it out to the 18-yard line. The 8th-year defensive back out of Virginia Tech makes the rookie pay. Johnson throws the pick. And that will end the Bengal drive. And now Cincinnati, they have to hope their defense can force a 3 and out here and get the ball back. They were looking for Mosley in the back of the end zone. The ball was a bit underthrown, allowing Chapman to pick it up and pick it off. Rogers quietly with a really good game. 21 for 25, 262. That's some pretty good numbers. So the Giants will have it now at their own 18 with 4:19 left. There's still time for the Bengals to force a 3 and out. Giants lead it 27-20. That was the first turnover of the game. In the I formation, Rogers under center. Rogers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Eric Johnson to the 23, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Taz Holmes on the tackle, the rookie out of Nebraska. We're at the 4-minute mark. We're in the 4th quarter. Giants up 27-20. Giants trying to make it a 2-score game. The Giants defense seems to always come up big. Weaver's in motion. Rogers looking, throws, caught by Washington. He's having himself a day. Out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 14. He's closing in on 100 yards on the day. 1st and 10 G-men. At their own 37, 3.5 minutes left. Giants trying to get to 9 and 3. Stay 2 games up on the Cowboys in the NFC East. On 1st and 10, Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers back. Throws downfield. He's got a man. Collins. And a shoestring tackle by Mario Smith at the 19-yard line. That's a 44-yard gain by Patrick Collins. And Mario Smith saved the touchdown with a diving tackle there. But it's 1st down, Giants. A big gain for New York. They have it at the Bengal 19-yard line. 2:59 and counting. Giants are definitely in field goal range. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. They come out in the offset eye. Rogers under center. Hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson making moves all the way down to the 6. A 13-yard gain by Eric Johnson. He goes over 100 yards on the day. He's at 106. Mario Smith comes up and makes the tackle. That's something you don't see a whole lot in Madden 20 through 25. 100-yard rushing days. Because those games progressively get more pass happy. There's still a nice balance with 19. I like running backs running for 100 yards. I like the running game. As we reach the 2-minute warning. Giants up 27-20 here at Chapman Sports. Welcome back to Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. The final 2 minutes of this one. Giants lead at 27-20. They have the ball. First and goal at the Bengals 6-yard line. Giants trying to put this one away. Trying to capitalize off the interception. This drive started at the Bengal 18-yard line. First and goal from the 6. Rodgers in the shotgun. Hands off to Eric Johnson up the middle, and Johnson down to the 2, a gain of 4 yards. And the Bengals take a timeout. They have 2 left. 1:56 left. Second and goal for the Giants at the 2-yard line. Well, this game was close in the first half, but the Giants are starting to pull away now, especially if they can score here. Bengals need a turnover in the worst way. It'll be second and goal from the 2. I know, Misty's still up. Well, it's not 9 o'clock yet. It's 8:48. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Giants come out in the eye.
All right, here we go.
Rodgers fakes the handoff, but it's a blitz. And they get him back at the 10-yard line, a loss of 8 yards. Making the sack, Jay Charles, the rookie linebacker out of Tennessee State. A loss of 6 yards. It'll be third and goal at the 10. Well, even a field goal makes it a 2-score game. Giants are still definitely in field goal range. 1:52 left. Coming off the timeout here. Don't forget, we have the Browns and the Colts coming up next. About 5 minutes after this one's done, we'll head out to Indianapolis. Third and goal from the 10-yard line. Giants come out in the I formation. Third and goal. Rodgers hands off to Duncan up the middle, and Duncan just driving forward down to the 3-yard line. James Duncan. That'll be a gain of 7. It'll be fourth and goal from the 3-yard line. The Bengals take a timeout. The Giants will kick a chip shot field goal. This will be a 20-yard attempt by Zach Whitney to put the Giants up by 10 and pretty much put the game out of reach. Unless the Bengals can come up with a miracle finish. Maybe the Bengals can get a block here. Let's see what happens. Fourth and goal from the 3-yard line. Or the Giants could go for it, but no, they're going to kick the field goal. Whitney from 20 yards. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. The Giants are up 30-20 with 1:45 left. The Bengals now a 2-score deficit with less than 2 minutes left. And the Bengals are currently out of timeouts as well. They've used all their timeouts. They got to overcome a 10-point deficit with no timeouts and 1:45 left. Good luck with that. It could happen, though. You never know. I've seen worse. The Giants, it looks like they're going to be 9-3, and this is really going to hurt Cincinnati. They're going to drop to 5-7. They'll stay a game behind the Steelers with 4 weeks to go, but their remaining schedule is rough. There's the kick by Whitney. 3 yards deep. Tyler will take a knee. Touchback. And the Bengals will take over at the 25-yard line. First and 10. Max Johnson over 300 yards passing today. However, the Bengals are still down by 10. We'll head out to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. It looks like Evil Dead's going to be 86-62. He's going to be 24 games over 500.
Let's go.
3 wide to the near side. Johnson back to throw. Johnson looking. Steps up, rolls out, throws, dumps it off to Mosley. And Kedrick Mosley making his way out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 19. First down, Bengals. 3 to the far side. Bengals in the hurry up. Johnson back. Throws, caught by Mosley, and Mosley out to the 41. A gain of 15. Another Bengal first down. They stay in the hurry up. A minute 15 left. Still 3 to the far side. Johnson back. Throws, and Mosley can't hold on that time. That was broken up by Greg Gibson, the free safety. That'll finally stop the clock with a minute 10 left. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bengals at the Giant 41-yard line. Giants up 30-20. And now on 2nd and 10. 4 wide for Cincinnati. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson fakes the handoff, throws, and it's nearly picked off. Nolan Mixon, the linebacker, hit him right in the bad spot, the hands. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. They were looking for Isaac Curtis, but Mixon was right there. Oh, he should have caught that. A minute 7 left. 3rd and 10 for the Bengals at the Giant 41-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Johnson drops back, steps up, throws deep, and he overthrows Nick Austin, the tight end, and that'll bring up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 10 with a minute 1 left at the Giant 41-yard line. So this is pretty much ball game for the Bengals. They have to pick up the first down here, or it's game over. Johnson in the shotgun
Let's go.
on 4th and 10. Johnson back. Johnson in trouble. Johnson is going to get sacked. Back at the 45-yard line, a loss of 4. It'll be a turnover on downs. The Giants will take over. And the Giants are going to win this, and they're going to go to 9-3. It was the Giants defense once again that stepped up and got the win for them today. That interception really changed the game. And the Bengals are going to drop to 5-7. They'll have to snap it twice. The Bengals are out of timeouts, but we're over 40 seconds. Browns Colts up next. The Giants go to 9-3, second best record in the NFC.
Here we go now. Green 30.
In the victory formation, Rodgers will take a knee. And they'll have to snap it one more time. Down to 40 seconds. This will be the final snap of the ball game. 2nd and 11 from the 43. Rodgers takes a knee. And that'll do it. They don't have to snap it again. A quality win for the Giants. Final seconds will tick away. Your final score, the Giants 30, the Bengals 20. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Browns Colts up next. We'll see you then.